All right, everybody, welcome back. We are at the final game today of Game 1 here at the 2024 WFTDA North America South Regional here in wonderful Austin, Texas, the birthplace of flat track roller derby. My name is P. Armageddon, and I am honored to be on this call with...
I'm Electra Blue for Texas Roller Girls.
Yes, and we will be talking to you about our final game here of day one, featuring the Texas Roller Girls Texecutioners, our host league, the number 2 seed, taking on the number 7 seed Chattanooga, who won earlier today in a great game against Dallas, 201-79, to earn this game here in the winners bracket.
Last time these two teams saw each other was last year, 2023, at Frankie Panky. I think Texas came out about 90 points ahead. I think the predictor for this game is pretty similar to that.
It's
score.
very similar. I got to go back and pull it back up if you give me a second, but I know it's very close to what that score was in 23.
Texecutioners was 189, Chattanooga with 91, so it was a 98-point differential.
Yeah, so our predictor predicts Texas over this one 200-99, so very close. Like we said, Electra, should be a very interesting, fun game. Of course, Chattanooga had a really good game with Dallas earlier today to advance to this game.
That's right. I mean, them really hard hitting. They had some really good blocking formations. So, again, anything can happen. These seeds can always be overturned.
Oh, yeah. And we're also joined by our producer extraordinaire, Scar Trek.
Birthday girl.
Yes, birthday girl in the house. Happy birthday, Trek.
She's really milking this one, though, all day long.
Right?
I mean,
all the birthday loves, but all the birthday love all day. This has been a lot of fun. So, yes, so hold on. We're going to have a really good game here to wrap up our day one. Still got 2 more days to go to decide which 2 teams are going to skate away from here with those last 2 spots at Champs in Portland this November.
That's right.
So let's go ahead and give our roster reads, if you would. I will start off with Chattanooga, if you don't mind, Electra. Again, Chattanooga All Stars in the in the white and gray and black. Number 0 is Stovall. 00 Block Mage. Number 10, Sneaker Baby. 13 is Bawdy. 151 is Cope. 217 Ziggy Star Crush. 22 Jenny Haight. 23 Ricochet. 27 Asian Invasion. 34 is Monkey. 4 is Red, White, and Bruiser. 43 Rosie the Riveter. 462 Dr. Evil. 480 Quads of Chaos. 53 is Punchbug. 57 Hines. 757 Small Fry. 86 Amber Graves of Slain. And 9001 is Brat. We'll get you to Texas in a minute. Let's get to our first jam right now.
That's right. It's Haas the Boss right now with the lead jam for Texas Roller Girls. Rosie the Riveter for Chattanooga.
Rosie trying to go to the outside. Looking for some kind of egress in the front. Able to break through. And lead jammer is going to go to Rosie the Riveter.
First jam out, of course, Texas Roller Girls are in black today. Chattanooga in the white with gray accents. Haas the Boss now on her initial, ready to go around and start scoring some points.
Pat coming through now, turn number 4. Rosie through in the inside and calls it after completing the scoring pass. So Chattanooga will take the first 4 points of the game. And an official timeout. So that will let us officially talk about some cool, official, awesome sponsors who are here this weekend helping us out. I'm going to talk about On-Site Tournament Wellness, our friend Blue Jitsu. Book now at the Body Breakdown booth here if you're in the venue for massage, body work, and newly added IV hydration sessions from Radiant Hydration and Wellness. So go visit our friend Blue. She does amazing work. I can vouch for that. Every time I get around somewhere where Blue is at a tournament, she knows that, PR's shoulder's kind of bad, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that at some point this weekend.
And it's also Texas and also 100 degrees out. And, folks have been skating pretty hard here. And we've been working pretty hard. So a little IV hydration.
Exactly. That does not hurt. So still waiting for our official timeout to be over. And we'll get back into jam number 2. Again, Chattanooga in the white to blue fade jerseys with the white and navy stripe, and black. And, of course, the Texecutioners in black and red and white.
All right, I'm not sure if we're going to hear the official review. They do have a microphone on the floor.
All right, there's our rolling whistle. We're going to get back to skating.
All right, so not sure
Looks like we're about to start skating again.
Start
Yep,
skating.
5
okay.
second signal.
5 seconds. Okay, so official review or official timeout.
It's official
over.
timeout. So, yeah, we're going to get to skating right now. And looks like for jam number 2, we'll have Tropical Mechanica with the star for Texas and Body with the star for Chattanooga.
That's right, Tropical Mechanica, again, originally from
a penalty assessed there to Tropical Mechanica. So we're going to have a power jam for Chattanooga.
Skaters going down, Chattanooga up ahead, getting through
Body.
on turn 3, Body.
Body picking up lead. Body had a really great performance in that first game against Dallas, so going to try to see if they can match that or better it. So Body on the power jam.
So earlier today, of course, we saw the Chainsaws, the B team for the Texas Roller Girls. So this is the A team now out here. Few crossover skaters. Tropical Mechanica now released from the penalty box, so we are back in action. That was a good stop time in Texas to just completely hold still right up turn 3.
It's a great blocking there in turn number 3, but able to skate through. Tropical Mechanica completes the initial pass.
Forearm penalty on Chattanooga skater number 5'7". That is Hines.
And we did have an end of jam there. Looks like 4 points picked up by by Chattanooga, sorry. That'll give them 8 now. Texecutioners still waiting for their first points of the game.
Again, Chattanooga super strong this morning. They have a large fan club behind. You may have caught some of that reverb.
Right. Pack comes back to meet the jammers as the whistle blows. Mayhem West with the star for Texas. Ricochet is the jammer for Chattanooga. Mayhem West to the front of the pack. One blocker to beat. Gets around punch bug. Lead jammer going to go to Texas.
That's right. So first 2 lead jams go to Chattanooga. First lead jam for Mayhem West. Pack advantages for Texas as 5'7" Hines getting ready to be released from the penalty box. Less than 10 seconds.
Texas just loses a blocker to the box. Chris Rago. So now pretty much even on the blocker now for a second now until we have a blocker coming back up for Chattanooga. Meanwhile, 4 points picked up by Mayhem West.
So looks like we have a tie game now, unless so. That first initial pass for Punch Bug. Oh, it's a star pass for Chattanooga. So Punch Bug taking the star.
But not
Texas
able to,
calling it off.
Not able to capitalize, though. 4 more points picked up by Mayhem West.
Hey, we have a tie game.
We
Hydrate,
do. Hydrate.
everybody.
If you got a drink, take a sip. We're in for a good one here, I believe, with these 2 teams.
So we've already seen Rosie come out strong in the first half. The game earlier today, she averaged about 5.9 points per jam. So we've already seen that in the first jam already.
Whistle blows. Here we go. Hoss the Boss once again jamming for Texas. Dr. Evil with the star for Chattanooga. And Dr. Evil leaning on those front couple of blockers there for Texecutioners, trying to stretch them out to get past that engagement zone. Beast War trying to bridge, but not able to do it. Lead jammer is going to go to Dr. Evil. And a star pass by Texas. Now Peace War will take over as the jammer.
That's right. Now on coming through for a score, forcing the call. Dr. Evil did manage to pick up 12 points for Chattanooga. We have a lead change. Texas Roller Girls with 8:25 minutes and some change. Jam number 12.
So lots of time left in this game, and the winner will move on in the winner's bracket to play. I believe that game will be tomorrow. I'm not sure the matchup yet. I don't have that schedule in front of me. We'll talk about that later on as we get closer, because I feel like it's going to be a really good, fun, close game as it is right now. Only a 4-point differential.
That's right. So we got Olivia Shootin' John. That's a Texas legend skater right out there at the top of that tripod. And through is Tropical Mechanica, lead jammer for Texas.
Rosie the Riveter with the star for Chattanooga, still trying to break through in that initial pass. Meanwhile, Tropical Mechanica coming around the outside. Going to get reset back behind Quads of Chaos.
So 9 lives. Rago and OJ up in front. Actually, all of Texas skaters trying to hold back Chattanooga jammer and successful, forcing a reset to turn 1.
Tropical tried to hop the apex there in turn 1, but didn't quite stick it. But then Punch Bug gets a penalty on the contact, so pivot in the box for Chattanooga.
And a little spin on the toe stops, and she is through. Tropical Mechanica picking up 4 and lead jam. Still lead jammer.
Yeah, pack settled in there in turn number 2. Tropical Mechanica, a little shoulder shimmy coming into the pack. Tries to go outside. There's the completed pass. Once again, 4 more points for Texas.
16 now, Texas. Chattanooga with 12. A lead change again. Tropical Mechanica still in charge.
I feel like my drink's going to get really low really quick, Electra, because we always lead changes happening.
That's right. A lot of water has to happen.
9 lives to the penalty box for Texas.
Got some Chattanooga fans on the stream.
We invite y'all. We're going to be a really great game. Let us know what you like, what you're seeing out there. Just say hey, shout out to your favorite skaters or referees or NSOs or announcers. We want to hear you. And Punchbug takes over now as the jammer for Chattanooga on the star pass, but jam will be called.
Second star pass to Junebug for Chattanooga.
Punchbug likes to take the star a lot in the games. I've noticed that a lot. Very, very versatile skater. Can jam, can pivot, can block, can do everything. Was very, very instrumental in that Chattanooga win earlier today against Dallas.
Triple threat. We got to love it. Texas Roller Girls 19, Chattanooga 12. 11-point jam for Texas Roller Girls. Biggest jam we've seen in this game. But, of course, it's only 5
we're
jams.
Early.
So
We're
it's
still
early.
early.
We got so much time.
All right, here we go. Mayhem West wearing the star for Texecutioners. Body is the Chattanooga jammer.
Little action in the split pack here. Texas Roller Girls blocking up front. Body trying to push through. Only one more player to get past. And
trying to get around the block of KTX.
oh, she has Texas taking a forearm penalty.
Yeah, forearm on KTX, so lead jammer is going to go to Body. And a star pass once again now for Texas. Taking the star now, 9 lives. Is the new jammer. Body gets through the pack, looks for the signal, calls it off, and comes away with 4 points. So we've seen a lot of these quick 4-0 hit and quit jams from both sides, really. No real extended jams much in this game so far. We had, I think, one maybe double-digit jam so far.
The 11-point
11-point jam.
Yep, that's the one. Again, both teams playing sort of similar kind of play right now. A little, heavy on the defense, get the jammers through,
Still trying to feel each other out and
exactly.
figure out strategy on both sides. So
close game, 19-16. We've already kind of broken the bracket here. Toss the Boss now taking the star for Texas. Ricochet for Chattanooga.
Still haven't really gotten past much of the jam line here as Haas trying to lean in on those Chattanooga blockers, but Ricochet doing a great job as well, trying to fight through.
It's a Rego up front as the wrecking ball really trying to break up that little wall of Chattanooga skaters, trying to create a little space for Haas.
Haas going to reset back at the jam line behind Quads of Chaos and Punchbug.
Haas fighting at the back with her 3-player wall. Same thing happening up front.
They'll lose Punchbug on a penalty. So another reset there, this time on Ricochet. So both jammers finding it pretty tough sledding right now. Haas working the front line, trying to get around Block Mage.
Right, only has to push another 2 feet out. She's almost to the 20. Push, Haas.
Quads of Chaos trying to bridge that pack, but could not do it. Haas is lead jammer.
Almost 1 minute to get that lead jam. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of toe stop action, too.
That's a credit to the defense here, especially for Chattanooga, working to keep Haas back as long as they could. Haas now looking for points, tries to go outside. Keeps balance, now to the inside, just slices through the pack. 4 points for Texas.
So I think we have a star pass. Yes, we do. Block Mage now taking the star for Chattanooga. Not quite on her head yet, though. She's got it held in her hand, but your lead jammer is Haas the Boss, and she's about to go through for more points. Already taking 4 for Texas.
Hitting that back line set up by Chattanooga. Now is everybody kind of staying in place.
That's right. They just stopped action, and they know that Haas the Boss likes to have a little speed before getting in the back because, she's not not a big skater right there.
Best way to stop a momentum jammer is to just stop.
Exactly. Just stop, and then she'll, maybe they're trying to force a back block penalty. Yep.
A penalty, a back block picked
that's
up on Haas the Boss.
I think I just announcer cursed that, but that's exactly what they want to do. They stop the pack completely. High speed momentum. Haas the Boss coming in, hitting the back of the pack hard. They forced that back block. They knew that was going to happen, and there she goes. First jammer penalty.
Yeah, now we're going to have a power start here for Chattanooga. A second jammer penalty so far for Texas. So first one for Haas. So
this is the
power start at the line. 25-16 is your score. Texas with the lead. Under 19 and a half minutes to go here in our first period. Jam number 8.
So now we have to see Texas basically stop the clock buy some time for Haas to get out of the pack. She did score 6 points in that last jump, so it's 25-16 right now. So Chattanooga's got to do a little work for this power.
Well, Haas is going to get sprung a little quicker than we thought. Dr. Evil picking up a penalty in that pack. So Haas is going to get sprung.
That's right.
So forearm call, I believe. So, so Haas gets sprung out of the penalty box. But
no more lead jammers, so we're going to go the natural conclusion, another minute and a half.
That is correct.
Dr. Evil now jamming for Chattanooga.
Haas does get lead, actually, Electra. So Haas, because Haas came out before the penalty, so lead had not been established by that point. So, so we do have a lead jammer. It is Haas the boss. Haas going to get reset back almost in the turn 2. Going to get way back there behind the block of Asian Invasion. And Haas just digging into that Chattanooga defense. Up front, Dr. Evil working the way with trying to get through that Texecutioner wall in the front. Whistles blow. So I think somebody was.
And I see a forearm penalty. Chattanooga skater Haas the boss getting through for another 4. So pack advantage now for Texas as Haas comes around for her second pass. Sorry.
A high block penalty in the pack on Chattanooga now. So blockers heading to that S1 penalty box en masse right now. 2 blockers in the box for Chattanooga, include one as their pivot. Haas working in the front of that pack, trying to just sled around the edges, but great blocking for a second there, but able to shed and get through and call it immediately.
Her team actually telling her Peace War at the back, flailing her arms, saying, call it off, Haas, because they wanted to get a power start.
And I think they will. I'm waiting to see if the...
Yep.
I think they will, yeah.
Yep, so yep.
Great stat here from our producer extraordinaire, Scar Trek. Lead jammer status is we are dead even, 4-4.
Even Steven.
Yeah.
Oh, but now we are going to have an official timeout, looks like. So actually, let's take a minute to go over the Texecutioner roster.
Please.
So Texecutioners, Texas Roller Girls in the black. So we have 03, Olivia Shootin' John, 050, Bad Juju, 218, Impact Play, 237 Blue Jay, 26 Tropical Mechanica, 27 Peace War, 300 Chris Rago, 32 La Voodoo, 37 Aaron Grievances, 38 Jupiter, 412 Mayhem, 48 Spread Eagle, 55 Haas the Boss, 82 Marizy Livin, 9 Lives, 91 Thompson, and 93 Tricks. Not Thompson, we also are going by KTX.
Yes. So like we talked about in this game before we started here, Electra, we've seen a lot of good defense. We've also seen a lot of great jammer motion, too. These teams both have very adept jammer rotations. So we saw earlier, of course, Chattanooga in that Dallas game really fielded almost a 5 jammer rotation, and it paid dividends for Chattanooga in that game against Dallas. So they were able to keep Dallas kind of off their game by never really having a consistent, like a 4 jammer or a 3 jammer with like a relief. It was a straight up 5 jammer rotation, and that's hard to fight against. That's
for
hard
sure.
to fight
That's
against.
fresh. That's a lot of fresh legs going out every 5 jams or 3 or 4 jams, however they were playing it. So official timeout still.
That'll give us a chance to talk about another great sponsor this weekend. Our friends at Frogmouth. They're the world's market leader in roller derby uniforms, providing derby love for every size, age, and gender. Check out Frogmouth.
See a lot of Frogmouth out there on the floor. Chris Rago, actually, that is her company right there, and she's on the floor right now. So doing multiple things. Typical Mechanica, your jammer for Texas. Dr. Evil for Chattanooga.
And Tropical Mechanica through, picking up lead jammer status right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. I think a high block penalty was assessed there to Punch Bug. So blocker in the box for Chattanooga as well as the jammer.
So power start and a power jam for Texas.
Track cut call assessed to Tropical Mechanica.
I think that's the second time I did that to Tropical Mechanica. I'm so sorry. That's not.
Problem was right as Dr. Evil was coming back into play, so the full 30-second penalty assessed there to Tropical.
So Dr. Evil looking for 1 million points right now.
But great blocking here by Texas, just trying to keep Dr. Evil edged out to the outside. Oh, great breakup of the block there. Hines trying to free the jammer up there.
So, 9 lives. Chris Rago, they're trying to bust it up again. Olivia Shootin' John also out there.
That's a great kill there for Texas now as Tropical Mechanica back into the action.
Yep, able to stop the action, kill the clock. Tropical Mechanica, 3 more to get past on the outside of turn 3. A big scrum happening.
This has been a grind of a jam so far. Not much movement. We haven't really made even a full revolution around the track yet.
No, and
Well, we
0,
have
0.
now.
Oh, now we have, and those are the 4 points. So Tropical Mechanica breaking the spell.
Yeah, we're going to go the full 2 here as we do not have a lead jammer. So Tropical Mechanica looking for some points. Star pass by Chattanooga. Hines taking over as the jammer. And that pack's still in turn 3. Hasn't really gotten past turn 3 overall as a pack rotation.
And, of course, turn 3 is not really in our
No.
view, but, here they come back around now at the pivot line.
And looks like a jam's going to come to an end. Track cut call called late in the jam. I'm trying to see, is it against Tropical Mechanica? I believe so.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I think that is her third.
That's the second track cut call in this jam for Tropical Mechanica.
But
Third penalty, yeah. So we're going to have a power start for Chattanooga.
37 points. Texas Roller Girls picking up 8 points on that last jam. Actually, 41. Chattanooga did pick up 18 points for them, 14 and some change. We have an official timeout now.
And this official timeout is brought to you by 888, revolutionizing roller derby safety with cutting-edge technology and unrivaled design. Stay protected with Triple H. Again, we're talking about the jammer rotation for Chattanooga being very adept. Looking at the average points per jam in that first game against Dallas, Rosie the Riveter at 5.9 average points per jam, Bawdy 5.2, Dr. Evil 4.1, Ricochet 4.2, and Ziggy Starcrush with 3. So that was a very good average for all of those skaters, really. I mean,
That's right. That's some hard work. So, yeah. Pretty even Steven on that points-wise.
so we'll
Again,
see
this is the first game for Texas today.
Yeah.
So Chattanooga, working off of, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You get your muscles warmed up. You get to, test out the track before the other team. So, it can go either way. Rosie the Riveter with star for Chattanooga. Tropical Mechanica in the box. Powered start for Chattanooga.
And lead jammer going to go to Rosie the Riveter.
2 Texas skaters in the box. 1 Chattanooga skater.
Rosie trying to go around through the middle now. I thought I was going to take an outside lane, but decided, no, I'm going to go just in butt heads with Peace War for a second and see what happens.
Talk about a triple threat skater right there.
Right?
She hasn't even jammed yet, so there's still that possibility.
Rosie leaning in, trying to not get in that sad place, trying to bust through the wall there, and does so. Almost does so, but gets tangled right back into it.
So Tropical Mechanica at the back of the pack getting spread out. They have to let Rosie go. She picks up another 4 for Chattanooga.
That's 1 penalty box is cleared out now, and a star pass by Texas. There you go. Peace War takes over as the gem. I think Peace War did take a star pass earlier in the game. So I think this is Peace War's second star pass.
That is correct. We got the nod from our lovely producer.
Star Trek keeping us honest here.
So we're getting some chat here. They're saying DQ9001 says, leave Tropical alone. Yeah, right? Come on. Give the girl a break. She's trying to get some points out there.
So we're at 41-23 now. Texas over Chattanooga. 13 and a half minutes left. Jam number 11 slated to come up shortly in about 5 seconds or so.
Misty Stanley saying those walls are insane. You are correct. These walls are insane. It's tough out there. Mayhem West with the star for Texas. Bawdy for Chattanooga.
Mayhem West trying to dig into that inside lane on turn number 1. Gets knocked out. Resetting quickly. A forearm penalty assessed in the pack.
Mayhem West through for Texas. Lead jammer. Everybody resets back to turn 1.
We were talking about jammer penalties earlier, Electra. 4 so far for Texas. Only 1 for Chattanooga.
Mayhem West finding an inside line. Picks up another 4. Or picks up for first 4, I should say, for Texas.
And now Quads of Chaos to the penalty box for Chattanooga. 2 very good blockers sitting in that S1 penalty box right now. So Texas can take advantage of that a little bit now as Mayhem West dodges to the inside, clears the pack for 4 points.
She made that inside line look easy, but I know those Chattanooga blockers were not easy to get past. Picks up another 4, 8 points so far this jam for Texas, 49-23.
And another pass to the back on the inside, this time for Mayhem West, so now 12 points as we roll.
I think this is the biggest jam we've had so far. We had the 11-point earlier, so Mayhem West has busted that.
By a point and trying to get some more. But up front, Bawdy trying to lean in on that Texas defense in the front, but meanwhile, Mayhem West glides right on by on the outside.
So easy, like butter.
And a star pass, I believe, now by Chattanooga to Quads of Chaos.
So 16-point jam so far for Texas. Chattanooga unable to get any points in as Mayhem West picks up the biggest jam of this game. 20-point jam, 61 points now for the Texas Roller Girls. Chattanooga with 23. A little under 12 minutes left.
Only jam number 12. I feel like it's
And
we should have more jams going than this right now. Only jam number 12. So Chattanooga's passed that star 5 times already in this first half, Electra. So I think only 2 for Texas.
Interesting. All right. Well, some strategery, as
Right.
it were. Haas the boss for Texas. Ziggy Star Crush. First time, I think, with the star for Chattanooga.
Ziggy was a very good jammer in that first game. Meanwhile, Haas able to skate through and pick up lead for the Texies. Star pass. Another star pass, I believe, set up there for Chattanooga. And that is Block Mage taking over as the jammer.
Haas the boss looking for that inside line, looking for that
Nice
apex
hop.
jump.
Yeah, nice.
Hands on hips, mid-air.
Yeah. Oh, Haas knew as soon as I was going to land that this is going to be done. And did so and came away with the full 4-point pass. So that'll give Texas 65, Chattanooga 23.
Now we're starting to see where Texas Roller Girls kind of pulling away a little bit. A little penalty trouble, of course, for Tropical Mechanica with the 3 already. They've only been a 3-jam rotation so far with Texas. So.
Team timeout going to be called here by Chattanooga. That'll freeze our game clock at 10:32. That'll allow me to tell all of you about Damsels Who Discuss. Shout out to the podcast Damsels Who Discuss for donating tournament MVP trophies. Give them a listen on your favorite podcast app and visit them in the vendor village. I'll be doing that. I love good podcasts, especially stuff I haven't heard before. I like to try new podcasts out, so I'm going to try Damsels Who Discuss. I suggest you try it as well.
Narn Your Business asks, who's the boss?
Haas the boss.
Obviously. 65 points, Texas Roller Girls. Chattanooga 23. 10.5 minutes left.
Can I also talk about our awesome penalty box sponsor, S1? They are amazing. S1 Helmets, the proud helmet sponsor of the Texas Roller Girls and our travel teams. We love S1. They're a great sponsor here this weekend. Thank you for your support, and thank you for sponsoring our penalty box that nobody really wants to go to, but if you're going to go to it, why not give it a cool sponsor like S1?
Cheap Trixie on the stream now. Pinch
Hey,
Poke, you owe
Trixie.
me a Coke, Electra. Well, where are you, Cheap Trixie? I think you owe me a Coke because I am here and you are not. I guess I think
agree with you.
there's gonna be a big tailgate party here on Sunday. A bunch of OG,
lot of OGs
Texas
and
Roller Girls
alumni, yeah.
and Texas people or
Nice.
Derby fans around. So if you can make it, you should come here on Sunday.
Off we roll. Impact play wearing the star for Texas for the first time, I believe, in the game. And Lee Jammer is going to go to Dr. Evil for Chattanooga. Impact play stuck in the back, trying to break through. Oh, spins around, makes the pass. Oh, last little hit on the way out, but able to keep rolling. Meanwhile, Dr. Evil spinning around to complete the scoring pass, taking 4 points. Impact play. Oh, hops the apex, sticks the landing. 4 points for Texas.
So Dr. Evil looking at her team to say, should I call it off? Should I call it off? They were not expecting that giant apex jump from
exactly.
Impact play. Look at the length of those legs. She can fly over half this track. Come on.
And through the pack, Dr. Evil able to escape for 4 points. Impact play stuck in that back Chattanooga wall, trying to edge around the inside. Meanwhile, Dr. Evil going to try to go outside. And does, and clears with very little to no resistance. 4 points. A 12-point jam as we roll now for Chattanooga.
That's the biggest jam we've seen from Chattanooga so far this game.
Impact play going to reset back in turn number 2. Stuck behind again. Once again, that brace 2 wall set up by Chattanooga. And jam will be called off. Let's look at some points here. Looks like 3 more points picked up by Chattanooga. Got to get them. That's the biggest jam so far for Chattanooga. 15 points gives them 38. 4 points for Texas gives them 69. Nice. And yeah.
20 points was the biggest jam with Haas the Boss, right? Yep, for Texas. So
That bigger jam so far went to Mayhem West for Texas. And here we go. Tropical Mechanica with the star for Texas. And out front, inside, and lead Meanwhile, Road to the River, they're also escaping the pack, so both jammers free and clear and scoring eligible. Topical, almost sticks it, but going to quickly call it off.
Nice.
So, let's see. Yeah, nothing in the air. No points, so very, very smart move by Topical Mechanica. Knowing she didn't stick the apex jump, immediately calling it off.
Yeah, but coming in hot at the back of the pack, too, Chattanooga.
Yeah.
38 now, Chattanooga, Texas Roller Girls 72 as we go into jam number 15.
Right at 8 minutes to go in a couple of seconds there.
So,
I could have waited a minute
so
and said
Jed,
8 minutes.
We got some shout-outs for Ziggy. Yay, Evil. That was a good jam.
We are still tied at lead jammer status, 6 apiece, heading into this jam right now. And we have Mayhem West for Texas. Bawdy is the Chattanooga jammer. And a penalty in the front of the pack for Chattanooga. Meanwhile, lead jammer is going to go to Mayhem West, but Mayhem going to go back and reset just in case.
Star.
No
star.
Drop the cap.
Yeah,
there you go, drop the cap. Speaking of caps, we have a star pass for Chattanooga now, and that is Quads of Chaos, taking over jammer obligations.
Okay, so if you saw that was a little chaos there on the chair. So Mayhem West gets through, gets lead jam, gets her helmet cover knocked off, has to go back pick up the star because you can't really score with any of those. But you need that. So anyway, calling it off because I think a little flustered there. Going to try to reset this jam.
Discretion, the better part of valor in that case. So we're going to reset and just say we'll start it over. And looks like we have 2 blockers in the box for Chattanooga, so a blocker advantage for Texas. As we start here, Hoss the Boss wearing the star for Texas. Ziggy Star Crush again is the jammer for Chattanooga.
Looks like pack advantage for Texas, but not for long. Less than 10 seconds left.
And Hoss the Boss escapes the pack on the outside. Lead jammer going to go to Texas.
So Texas reforming. Moving up, it looks like we do have a star pack.
Again, Block Mage. Yes, taking the star for Chattanooga, but digging into that Texas braced wall in the front.
That's right. We got bridging right here in the middle for Texas. At the back of the pack, though, Hoss the Boss getting reset back to the pivot line.
This pack is basically from turn 1 all the way through turn 2.
Yep.
Block Mage able to escape for the initial pass.
Meanwhile, Hoss gets reset to the pivot line, but she is the lead jammer, and there it goes, calling it off. No points? Oh, 3.
No, 3 picked up, I believe, by Chattanooga.
No.
Texas. Trying to get Texas 75, Chattanooga 38. Right at 6 minutes left to go here till halftime.
Dougie Fresh, you're on.
So the winner of this game gets to play tomorrow against Atlanta's Dirty South Derby Girls, who won a little while ago, taking out Columbia to 89-42.
So a couple of questions there. The lead with no star. So the star was on Mayhem's head. It got knocked off after she was already declared lead.
Yes.
So that is why she was still lead. She had to go pick up the star, though, to continue on with the jam.
Here we go. Tropical Mechanica once again jamming for Texas. Dr. Evil is the jammer for Chattanooga. Pack still at the jam line here is Dr. Evil going to get edged to the inside ever so gently. Now going to reset. And Tropical Mechanica still stuck in that pack as well. In the back, tries to go outside, but door gets shut there.
That's right. We got a full scrub now. Texas moving to the front to hold the top position, the tripod formation. OJ at the helm.
This has been a sticky pack here. Nobody's really going anywhere. Track cut assessed to Dr. Evil. We're going to have a power jam now for Texas. Oh, no, we won't. Multiplayer block assessed to Tropical Mechanica, so we're going to have a jammer swap. And Dr. Evil gets released, but Tropical won't be there very long.
So basically, they're just going to go back to the beginning, to the jam line, and just start all over
again. Like nothing ever
again.
Happened, just we lost some time. That's about all.
And we also lost a lead jam, so we have 50-something seconds left to finish this jam out.
Full deuce. Here we go. Tropical Mechanica out front makes initial pass. Dr. Evil still mired in the pack. As now Tropical looking for points. On the outside. Oh, takes a big bump there from Punchbug. Going to reset. Everybody going backwards here a little bit. So now hanging out at the pivot line, because the pivot line needs love every now and then.
It's the way back machine.
The way back machine. Somebody divided by 0. And a star pass for Chattanooga to Quads of Chaos. Oh, but no. Looks like I saw a position penalty assessed to Quads of Chaos. So did she get it as the jammer or did she get it as the pivot? Let's see. No, they're going to hand it back as the pivot. Okay. So Quads of Chaos takes the penalty as the pivot. So Dr. Evil is still the jammer for Chattanooga.
So the penalty happened before
the pass.
Yeah, before the pass.
So that jam will end. Looks like nothing. So after all that, no points.
That was a lot of work for no points. I'm tired just watching all
tired.
of that. 75. Oh, no, actually.
No, we got 4.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. 79 for the Texas Roller Girls.
That's what I get for saying something.
Yep.
38 for Chattanooga.
So 4 points were assessed to the Texas Roller Girls.
So we're almost at 3 minutes to go here, Jam. 18 of our first period. Remember, this is a winner's bracket game. The winner will advance tomorrow to play Atlanta.
That's right. That was a tough game. That's going to be a tough team to beat.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mayhem West wearing the star for Texas. Rosie the Riveter is the jammer for Chattanooga. And Mayhem West around the outside, lead jammer.
She's had a pretty good run on lead jammer status.
Stat eye.
Octopus eye. Octopus.
Mayhem West to the outside. Oh, almost kept it on balance. Going to go ahead and call it off at the one skate went out of bounds. And again, discretion the better part of valor.
Ooh, we have a palindrome, 83-38, and we know that because of Derby.
Yes, and I know that because I like to drink on palindrome scores.
PR is getting high on water over here.
I'm getting high on that H2O, that quality H2O. Official review going to be called, I believe, by Chattanooga. So we're going to see what comes from that, and we will let you know as soon as we get any info on what happens. That is Chattanooga's first OR call of the game, and they still have 2 of their timeouts left. Texas with a full boat OR and 3 timeouts left.
So we have a question from the live chat. That is Christy asking if that was an insubordination for not leaving the track to go to the penalty box. So that is possible. So we will find out.
That is possible. We will see. While we have a second, I will remind you about some of our awesome sponsors here for Texas Roller Girls. Restoration One Austin, specializing in the restoration of residential and commercial properties that have been affected by water, smoke, fire, flooding, and mold. They have highly trained and certified technicians available 24/7. So if you are in the Austin area and need some restoration cleanup or residential commercial properties, check out Restoration One Austin.
All right, so still waiting for the official review. It
now looks like it was changed to an official timeout. I saw that, but I'm not sure.
Should we pay some bills over here, PR?
I can always got time for the bills, Electra. Here we go. Let's talk about ATX Women's Sports Pub. Austin's new sports pub is exclusively supporting women's sports. All fans are welcome. Coming in the fall of 2024, visit them in the Vendor Village if you are here on site this weekend. ATX Women's Sports Pub.
If you are in the building and you're listening to us on the stream, there is a 45-second delay, so it might be a little confusing.
So we're looking at star passes here. Star Trek is giving us some great stats. Chattanooga with 8 star passes so far in the game. Texas with 3. So Chattanooga has been using the star pass a lot so far in the first half, but they usually didn't see that when a team is trailing, so they try to do whatever they can to spark something to get a jammer through. But yeah, 8-3 right now on star passes. Chattanooga over Texas in that category.
And again, these walls are super strong and fierce, right? So jammers are getting tired pushing at the back of these walls. So pass on the star, try to get some points.
Here's another great stat. And jammer penalties. Texas has 5 jammer penalties already in this game. Chattanooga only with 2. So jammer penalties have not been a lot yet, but Texas is sitting on 5 right now for jammer penalties. So that may come into play later. We'll see how things go.
So I don't think this official crew want to use the microphone, so maybe we will find out.
Now, we'll find out at some point, hopefully, and give you the review on that. Meanwhile, we are back to skating, and we are back to Hosta Boss taking lead jammer for Texas up against Bawdy for Chattanooga. And Haas going to try to go around on a scoring pass, spinning around, clearing the pack, and again a 4-point pass and a call-off. So Texas taking now an 87-38 score. They just wanted to get off of the palindrome score for us, I guess. I don't know. Oh, wow, and that's going to be, actually looking at our stats now, that is 6 straight scoreless jams for Chattanooga. So they're going to try to break that streak coming up right here.
All right, so Texas kind of finding their skate feet, I guess, and figuring out the Chattanooga defense and offense a little bit. So going backwards in time now. Mayhem West with the star for Texas Roller Girls, Ricochet. And we are all the way at the jam line with the entire pack. We do have a pack advantage now for Chattanooga.
With one blocker in the box right now for Texas. Mayhem West knocked to the outside, going to reset. Again, we're at 1 minute and 17 seconds, so we're ticking down to the end of our first period here. And once again, a tight, sticky pack, I like to call it, when nobody's going anywhere. And
Ricochet pushing the pack up to the front here. We're almost at the 20 feet space.
Quads of Chaos try to bust up the defense in the front to free up Ricochet, but quick reformation there by Texas.
Got a Chattanooga skater in the penalty box, a pack advantage now.
And I see a forearm penalty assessed to block Mage.
So we've lost 2 Chattanooga skaters as Mayhem West is looking for her points on the outside of the pack. Meanwhile, on the inside is Ricochet, but look at all of those, that sea of black Texies. That is not an easy wall to get through.
Great blocking job in the front there by Hines and Quads of Chaos, keeping Mayhem West from edging around the outside and recycling all the way back at turn 1.
Knocked down to the ground, having to reset. That is Hines, forcing Mayhem West all the way back.
We still don't have a lead jammer yet, Electra. We're almost through with this jam. 43 seconds left on the jam clock. We're going to probably, hope maybe, I can't say that. We may time out here on this jam. We will. Well, now we have a lead jammer. It is Mayhem West. So now we do have control over the jam. If somebody doesn't want to stop it, Texas can stop it.
So Quads of Chaos entering the penalty box. This one helmet penalty box. So pack advantage for Texas as Mayhem West is still looking for a lead jam. In fact, both skaters are, and we're about to.
No, we do have a lead jammer. It is
Mayhem West, sorry.
Period
looking for those
clock
points.
has expired now, so we will end on jam time or when the jam is called, one of the two. Mayhem West going to the inside, knock to the infield. Going to have to loop around the referees and officials to reset. Meanwhile, up front, Ricochet trying to get around Peace Ward does make the initial pass. And we will time the jam out right there. And that brings us to, well, a red light. So we might not be done yet. Let's see. I think we maybe are. We're not showing an official halftime score yet, but we will wait a second here. We have to have a stoppage for something. Or maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon.
I don't know. There's
the teams
some
are
seconds counting down.
Yes.
Well, Texas Roller Girls looks like they have 91. They got 4 points on that last pass.
And Chattanooga sitting at 38. And now we are at halftime. There we go, Derby fans.
Officially official.
It's officially official. Your halftime score, Texas Roller Girls, Texecutioners 91, Chattanooga All Stars 38. We will come back in a little bit for our second half. It was a very exciting last game of the day here for day 1 of the 2024 WFTDA North American South Regional. We see you on a little bit.
Yep, another Chattanooga skater.
That'll be 2 blockers in the box, so a blocker advantage for Texas has become in the jam number 5.
So are these either of these blockers are trouble blockers for Chattanooga? Where are we at with
I will look at my handy dandy information.
Nope. Okay, so we are still good. No one in danger of fouling out.
Off we roll here. Haas the boss once again jamming for Texas. Ziggy Star Crush with the star for Chattanooga. Haas to the inside. Lead jammer goes to Texas. Pack has not gotten past the pivot line yet, but they probably will in a second, but they just said it.
That's
They
right.
like- they
Haas
like
the
to
boss.
prove me wrong.
Easily through the inside. Untouched. Picks up a quick little 4 points.
Haas just saw that gap right in the interior at the pivot line and just said, scoop, I'm going to get through 4 points.
She doesn't need
Did it.
much space either.
No.
She could have gone through on one wheel.
Yeah. Pack just settles in now in turn number 1 entrance, right at that pivot line area, turn number 1, and both teams' walls trying to cinch in right here.
Skater
Ziggy.
goes down. No, that is Ziggy.
Yeah.
Star in hand, though, as she goes through. So
Yep. Makes the initial. And Haas still kind of stuck at the back of that, going to call it off, seeing Ziggy coming up on her 6.
yeah, Ziggy got around that track so fast.
Looks like 4 points picked up. Hey, everybody. We just want to let you know we are back. We think we had a little bit of a technical issue here, so we're coming back a little bit late into the second period. We've had about 4 jams so far, so we apologize for missing that. So we are back in the action. So jam number 6 coming at you. We had 5 jams so far. Your current score, Texas 106, Chattanooga 40. So we apologize for a little technical malfunction with that, but we are back into play now. We have Tropical Mechanica with the star for Texas, Rosie the River there, jamming for Chattanooga.
So we were just talking into air for all that time, PR?
We were just warming up.
Oh, my goodness. My voice is sore. We have
penalty
a
on
jammer
Rosie.
penalty. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Rosie the River to the penalty box, and we have a power jam for a multiplayer block. And we don't see that very often for a jammer, but they do happen. And now a power jam for Texas. Tropical Mechanica is through and now picks up lead jammer on the power jam. And now punch bug to the penalty box for Chattanooga. So 2 in the box, 1 jammer, and the pivot for Chattanooga.
Yep, now Tropical Mechanica coming around. Hits that tripod up front of Chattanooga. Easily through, though. Picks up 4.
And a penalty in the box, I believe a direction penalty on Texas.
So Rosie's back out. So all jammers accounted for. Tropical Mechanica, though, is the lead jammer. Gets knocked down. That was a hard hit from quads.
Rosie Riveter makes the initial pass, now looking for points, but Tropical says, nope, we are finished here.
Yes, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this off.
4 more points, an 8-point jam for Texas. Now puts them at 114. Chattanooga at 40.
So some Tropical Mechanica fans here. Machu says, Troopy!
Hey, Machu.
A Ziggy fan here from M. Wyatt. Sorry, Slim, we got our scoreboard up. We are back in action again. 114, Chattanooga with 40.
So again, give some shout outs to your favorite skaters out there. They'll be able to see it when they watch the game back later, when they watch game footage later for training purposes.
Of course, training purposes.
Yes, of course. We have a lead jammer. That is Body right out of the pack for Chattanooga. Meanwhile, Mayhem West passes the star, I believe, or is trying to at least. I don't think she made the pass yet. She's going to move forward. She attempted it, but did not quite complete it. Trying to find 9 lives.
So this pack speeding up a little bit here as Body is really trying to race this pack. Texas jammer.
That is Chattanooga's first points in 5 jams. And now a penalty on Body, sending to the penalty box. So we are going to have a power jam once again for Texas. And Mayhem West trying to do a best Matrix impression.
Shrugging off that Asian Invasion hit there. That was a tough one. That was very good.
Asian Invasion, a very known hitter as far as a defensive player.
I think Hines just... Oh, no, that was
Punch Bug
Punch
in the
Bug
box.
getting a penalty. Yeah.
So it's a forearm penalty on Punch Bug.
Yeah, that was a hard hit to the outside. Did the job, though, because Mayhem went down hard and now is back at the back of the pack.
And that's now past the start to 9 lives. 9 lives is now the jammer for the Texecutioners. Pack still sitting in turn number 1. Now his Body back into play as well. Going to the pack for the scoring pass. Now sitting on 8 points as we skate. But 9 lives looking for points, and this pass does complete the pass. 4 in the air for Texas.
9 Lives is also a speed skater, too, so you can actually see that actually right now.
Yes.
Another legend skater for Texas Roller Girls, another triple threat, having to come to the back of the pack. All 4 Chattanooga blockers on 9 Lives. Meanwhile, up front, tripod formation with Texas Roller Girls.
Mayhem West trying to play a little bit of bridge there for a second as the front micro packs are moving a little bit further away, but now everybody kind of congeals back into turn 2.
That's right. Oh, now they're coming back to 1. We can see it much better. Keep coming back here. Actually, no, you're supposed to go around to the left.
Right.
Come on.
Don't come back this way too much. So that jam can get called off. 4 more points picked up for Chattanooga. I think Texas got 1. So a 12-5 jam for Chattanooga gives them 52. Texas at 119.
Do you need a gift for the skater in your life? Get skate-themed art stickers and gifts from Crate and Skate Factory, a passion project by Jukebox.
I'm always looking for good gifts for my friends.
That's right. Who
I'm always
doesn't?
down for that. Here we go. Haas the Boss with the star. Dr. Evil is Chattanooga's jammer. Here in jam number 8 here of our second period. And Haas to the inside, clears the pack, lead jammer Texas.
Who's the boss?
Haas the Boss.
That's right. Dr. Evil looking for 1 million points again. All defensive Texas up front, recycling Dr. Evil to turn 1. Meanwhile, 4 points for Haas.
Haas breezed around that outside.
I know, I didn't even see her. She's already back.
Star pass engage for Chattanooga. And we're not going to get a chance to really talk about the new jammer. Oh, no, it's not. There was a stash. We apologize for that. But anyway, the jam is over. 4-point jam for Texas, 123. Chattanooga 52, just under 19 and a half minutes left in our final game of day 1. It's been a very fun day. Had some really good games. We had 6 games today. We got a whole bunch left to go tomorrow and Sunday when we decide what 2 teams are going to skate away from Austin. The last 2 spots at champs in Portland.
I know. Last tournament of the regionals. Yes. Again, November 1st through 3rd. We're going to be in Portland. Rosie the Riveter jamming for Chattanooga. Tropical Mechanica for Texas. 4-on-4 in the pack as Chattanooga gets the lead jam.
Yeah, Rosie's kind of scooted through that pack a little bit. Dodges a couple of blocks and kind of just pinched the way through to pick up lead jammer. Tropical Mechanica to the infield. Going to reset all the way back at the jam line. Meanwhile,
Rago just knocking Rosie right back out.
I saw that hit on Rago.
Yep. Oh. She got a penalty for that, but did a little bit of damage. Rosie just pushing one more skater to get by. That is Olivia Shootin' up front.
And does get around OJ's block. Does to pick up the 4 points. So 4-point jammers be going now for Chattanooga. Rosie looking for some more here.
Chattanooga setting up their tripod wall on the back.
Multiplayer block assist in the pack to Chattanooga. And Tropical Mechanica takes a spill and turn at number 1, but that's going to be a penalty on Chattanooga as well. So once again, 2 in the box for Chattanooga for blockers.
That's right. Rosie, another matrix move. We've seen a little bit of that. Rago has been released. Rago forcing Chattanooga to call.
And it's like a 7-point jam there for Chattanooga. 59 is their score. Texas scoreless in that jam. They're at 124.
So Tori Elmore wants to know if she can change her chat name to a Derby name instead of the government name. Obviously, hello.
Yes, you have the ability
immediately.
To change it. Yes. Do that. Join us. Pick your Derby name. It's very important.
Slim Reaper, good hold. We have a lot of Chattanooga fans out there.
Good to see. I like seeing fans from both teams.
Rosie fan, Peace War fans.
Yes. Off we roll here. Jam number 10, Mayhem West. Wearing that star for Texas. Chattanooga has Body out there jamming. Body trying to go to the outside, but great block by Peace War to shut that door. Mayhem West going to get recycled to the outside. So all the way back.
Both Chattanooga blockers re-entering the pack. Less than 10 seconds on those penalties. No lead jammer yet.
They're trying to change that, but these defenses are saying, no, we don't want either of you to get past.
I mean, Chattanooga's no joke, man. That wall up there is, Mayhem West is a fierce competitor.
Trix was doing a great job trying to get Mayhem West out of that wall, but just Chattanooga did not give up. Now Peace War trying to clear out.
There we go. Peace War's just like, I'm just going to come in here, pinball my way.
I'm going to interrupt this party. How y'all doing?
Hi, I'm just Peace War. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, Mayhem West getting pushed out again.
Just great work by these walls to reform after getting bumped around. They reformed so quickly. Again, they were cinching right back in here in turn number 1. There's no lead jammer yet, and we're under a minute now in this jam on the jam clock. Body still sitting there trying to figure out how to get around the block of Peace War. It says, I'm going to pass the star. Pass the star to Quads of Chaos, who's now the jammer for Chattanooga. Mayhem West going to once again get reset back behind almost to the pivot line. So, again, great defense here. Chattanooga has been really keeping Mayhem West as far as they can, but now the star has been passed to Peace War.
Oh, she reached over. Mayhem West is super tall, so she reached over the entire pack to hand the star to Peace War.
Height has its privileges.
Pivot action here.
Height has its privileges here. Yeah, we have Quads of Chaos and Peace War, the 2-star pass jammers.
That's right, and the pack is speeding up, though. They're trying to really race this here.
And we're going to time this last few seconds out on this jam because we're going to go the full deuce. And now a fast pack, so nobody's really going to get a lot of advantage here. Let's see. And looks like I see 3 in the air for Texas.
3? Okay.
I'm looking for Chattanooga.
Wow.
That
was a
four for
lot of work. So 3 for Texas, 4 for Nooga, as the fans over here say.
Nooga. 127-65 is your score. Texas with the lead. 15 minutes. We're at the halfway point of our second half.
Cupcake, I agree. The Chatty defense right now is on fire.
Oh, yes. This is, like I said, we knew coming in here these two teams had good defenses, and they have not disappointed. Lead jammer right out the gun. Dr. Evil found that inside line right away. Lead jammer goes to Chattanooga.
That's right. You have to get through quick before Texas can see you, because otherwise you're stuck back there trying to get through. So OJ at the tripod helm here. We got Rago.
Haas is just trying in the back of that pack. Oh. And no, star pass now has been completed. 9 Lives takes over as the jammer for Texas.
That's right. 9 Lives using her speed skate to race to the back, trying to force the call off, and it's called. We do have an official timeout now.
And as we get that official timeout, I have a great stat from Star Trek. We've kind of gotten back now to that 2-to-1 predictor differential here for ratios. So we're right about where we need to be. 127-69, Texas with the lead. Nice. Texas calls their first team timeout of the game. So that'll leave them with 2 team timeouts and an official review. Chattanooga, same thing. 2 team timeouts, 1 OR left to go. That will give me a second, if you would give me the privilege, Electra.
Yes, would you read some things?
I will talk about Create and Skate Factory. Juke is a fellow derby skater playing in Barcelona, but you may remember her from her time skating with London Roller Derby. Every sale for Create and Skate Factory supports a fellow skater, so please, if you're looking for a great gift like that, do visit Create and Skate Factory and let Jukebox help you out.
That's right. Skater-owned businesses are good businesses to support, so keep it coming. Of course, Texas Roller Girls during this tournament taking donations for Latin teams. So
yes, that is awesome, and I am I love that Texas is doing that here at the tournament, helping out the LATAM skaters. This is awesome. I love that.
Of course, Tropical Mechanica, formerly from one of
Dos
those teams.
Cuatro, yes, Dos Cuatro.
Exactly. So Impact Play now taking the star for Texas Roller Girls as we're back in action. Rosie the Riveter with the star for Chattanooga.
First time we've seen Impact jamming a little bit for the Texies. And looks like Rosie up front breaks through, does earn a lead jammer.
Rosie's like, I'm just going to keep going here. KTX, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to push.
And on the outside, Rosie, once again, Rosie is very adept at finding the spot that she needs to get through. I have been watching Rosie for a while. I've called a lot of Team Tennessee and Chattanooga games in the past, and Rosie's always been a very, very strong jammer for these teams. So, wow, there goes air impact.
Woo! Did you know skaters could fly? Because that just happened. Impact Play of.
Please put your tables and trays up to their upright positions.
That's right. We will be landing.
Was stuck. We have a jammer is stuck in the S1 penalty box now, and that is Rosie the Riveter. So now we have a power jam for Impact Play and for Texas. Impact Play looking.
Track cut penalty.
Yes.
So Cupcake says, oh, dang, Chaos versus Peace War in a jam. She never knew that she wanted something so badly, right? You saw it here first, right?
I agree. That's an awesome jammer matchup by 2 pivots who don't jam usually. So that's awesome. And Impact Play trying to edge around those front blockers in the front for Chattanooga. But once again, Chattanooga cinches that wall in very well. Impact going to try to go to the inside. Didn't quite keep it in bounds. Going to reset all the way back behind the pack.
But they locked that defense down, bought the jammer out of the penalty box.
Yes. And now trying to work Rosie the Riveter to the front now. Sheds Peace War gets past the last block up front there by KTX. Able to pick up the 4 points. And a penalty for Chattanooga losing a blocker to the box. That is Asian Invasion.
So Impact Play having a lot of trouble getting past turn 3 here. Tried a couple apex jumps, recycled a couple times. This is the 3rd attempt now getting through. And again, knocked to the inside line in the infield.
Jam's going to get called. I think it's official review immediately being called by Texas. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Meanwhile, we have a score right now of 135-79. Texas with the lead over Chattanooga.
Slim Reaper says Texas was supposed to win by 90-something points. That is correct. It was predicted to be 200 to 99, so 101.
Yes, so we are still kind of right, sort of in that range right now, the 2-to-1 ratio. So things might shake out to the predictor as far as the ratio. It may still play out. We'll see. We have 12-12 left to go to figure that out. And we finished Jam 12 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Hey, I like that.
12-12, love it.
Spooky.
So if you are on site, you may know you may book now at Body Breakdown booth for massage, bodywork, and the newly added the IV hydration from Radiant Hydration and Wellness.
Also, that's our friend Blue Jitsu, who does great work. And I said it earlier during a game I was calling. If you watch back earlier, Blue, of course, a lot of people know Blue from being at RollerCon. So, I know RollerCon's coming up. So, if you want to get your time with Blue, I would book it ASAP because you know how fast she can book up. If you've been to RollerCon before, you know Blue is in demand wherever she goes. So, I highly recommend booking your time ASAP, whether you're here or whether you're going to RollerCon or wherever Blue may be in the future here in the Derbyverse.
Yeah, I do think the spots are filling up quickly for RollerCon.
Yes.
She is now offering these compression space pants. Ooh. So that's cold heat therapy and other wellness products from Urban Apothecary.
Urban Apothecary, of course, taking over for Crybaby Wellness now, has been absorbed into that. And now Urban Apothecary is the name. So, but everything's still tied to Blue Jitsu. So definitely check out Blue if you get a chance. I highly recommend. Blue has worked on me plenty of times and has found stuff in me I didn't even know existed. So I highly recommend if you have not. If you're looking for somebody to really work something out of you or give you some really good health and wellness stuff, Blue is a good choice. Let's talk about 187 Killer Pads, worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why. Check out our friends at 187 Killer Pads.
And then a shout out to Minutemen Press, the official print shop of the Texas Roller Girls. They printed all of the programs, flyers, and posters for our home season and this tournament. Ooh, looks like we've got some penalty action here.
Let's talk about penalties right now since we can do that on the broadcast stream. Looks like for Chattanooga, Punchbug is sitting on 6 penalties. So Punchbug is in a little bit of trouble there. Looking at number 57, Hines, also still sitting on 5. Quads of Chaos with 4. You have a couple people with 2 and 3. Meanwhile, looking at Texas, the only skater who seems to be in a little bit of foul trouble right now is Tropical Mechanica, who came into the half with 4 and is still sitting at 4. So other than that, a little bit of spread out with the penalties for Texas. One skater with 3, a couple with 2 and 1. So pretty clean on Texas' side on the penalty box side. But Chattanooga is starting to have a little bit of a pileup, especially with the blockers in the penalty category.
I've got Daphne Roberts saying, it's easy to find my daughter, Block Mage, the only yellow-haired skater.
Right.
So it does make it easy.
It's hard to lose Block Mage out there with the yellow hair. So Block Mage is an amazing blocker and pivot. I've watched Block Mage a lot over the years, too. Amazing skater.
Mommy says hi. Cheap Trixie, I believe I can fly. I think she was talking about Impact Play
I'm pretty
earlier.
sure.
Yeah.
I believe Impact Player can fly. I've seen it. I seen it.
I sees it with my own
I
eyes.
seen it. We hope y'all are enjoying watching our broadcast stream here, watching us live here on Texas Roller Girls YouTube page. Again, join us in the chat. Give us your shout-outs, what you're liking, what you're seeing. You know, cheer your favorite skaters, your favorite officials. Cheer your favorite announcers, too, if you feel the need. We'll take praise.
Obviously us.
I know, right? We're always the top.
Mayhem West recycled to the back. Ricochet is your jammer for Chattanooga. We do have
blocker to the box for Texas.
That is Jupiter taking a penalty. The S1.
Oh, and now Chris Rago joining as well. So 2 blockers in the box for Texas.
And those are 2 good ones, too. They're going to need them because Ricochet. Oh, but we do have a lead jammer. That is Mayhem West.
Mayhem West is the lead. So everybody wants to hang out at the pivot line party at the before the jam for once. So
9 lives trying one last attempt. Nope, has to let her go. Ricochet, bing, bing, away.
So that was Texas's first lead jam. Looking at our stats here, in 7 jams, Electra. So Chattanooga had really jumped on that lead jammer train for a while. It's the first lead jam status for them in 7 jams for Texas.
Wow. Oh, thanks, Daphne. She says we're doing great PR.
Thank you, Daphne.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate the love, y'all.
Well, she is a mama of a roller girl, so, you know.
We appreciate y'all being on the stream and giving us input of what you're seeing out there. We love interacting with y'all. We love y'all interacting with us. It's part of the entire Derby experience here, tournament experience, regional experience, whatever you want to call it. It's part of the game, and we love it. Oh, Haas the boss, starting out as jammer for Texas, but a forearm penalty puts her in the S1 penalty box. Power jam now for Chattanooga. Dr. Evil is out front now as lead and is the only jammer on track for the next about 20 seconds.
So, Haas, how many penalties is she sitting on now? I think that was bringing her up to 3, possibly.
I will look for you.
Not too much trouble.
2 penalties for Haas the boss as we skate right now. So, 4 points picked up by Dr. Evil. And still the only jammer on track now, but Haas is just been released and will return now. So S1 penalty box has vacancies if something does happen and people need to go take a seat.
Vacancies. There's room at the end.
There's room at the end. The vacancy sign, the no part is gone. And nice jump through the pack there, for initial pass for Haas. And Dr. Evil going to go ahead and call off the jam right there. And that will give us a score of 135 to 87. And now we have an official review being called by Chattanooga. So that'll stop our clock at 9:47 after jam number 14. That is Chattanooga's first official review attempt at the second half.
So we do have a question out there. When will Chatty play again after this one if it's a loss? We are looking at our magical schedule here.
So the consolation bracket from that game would be they would play Sunday at 10:15 a.m.
There we go. So there you go. There's your answer. So Sunday.
So looking at our second half here on the jammer penalties, looks like Chattanooga is sitting on 4 jammer penalties, only 1 for Texas so far in the second half.
Comet says he likes to hear PR on the mic. What about me, Comet?
Hey, Comet.
What am I, Chup?
Comet's one of my buddies. Hey, Comet. My buddies are Red Stick. How you doing?
Okay.
We'll see Red Stick here skating tomorrow. Of course, I'm familiar with Red Stick. I've called them. I know that league very well, so I'm looking forward to see them skating here tomorrow.
All right, so official review still in action. Do we have any more bills to pay over there?
We can always pay some bills, Electra. Come on. You know that. Let's talk about Minuteman Press. Shout out to Minuteman Press, the official print shop of the Texas Roller Girls. They printed all of our programs, flyers, and posters. And I must say, the print jobs are excellent. I know they've been doing this for a long time for y'all, and their product is quality. Like, I've seen the programs and all the stuff we have going on here this weekend. Great job by Minuteman Press.
And the Expo Center. Let's give it up for the Expo
Yes.
Center.
Oh,
This
yeah. Travis
space
County
is
Expo.
Actually great.
Yes.
You know?
We've been having a great time here so far. Again, it's kind of a mixture of a little bit of indoor-y, outdoor-y because of a lot of the usual activities in here. It's a little warmer than normal,
Texas.
but
Well, it's Texas.
It's Texas in the summertime. It's going to be hot. Sorry. If you didn't know that coming down here, you should have researched it.
Well, it was actually in the 80s last week. We're just having a little bit of a heat wave, but
I was happy to come from the little more humid, sticky heat from New Orleans, come to a slightly drier heat in Austin this weekend. Because it's hot back home right now. Oh, yeah.
We're about to go in it. So, Quiet Riot. Doesn't loser of Game 6 play Sunday at noon?
We'll check that for you. That is going to be 10:15 a.m. on Sunday, according to our handy-dandy bracket.
10:15 Sunday.
And then the winner of this game will play tomorrow at 5:15 p.m. against the Atlanta Dirty South Derby Girls, who won earlier today against Columbia. Off we go. Our jam 15. Bawdy is wearing the star for Chattanooga. Then it's Tropical Mechanica with the star for Texas. Everybody, not really feeling like going ahead of the pivot line right now, which is fine. The pivot line could be a scary thing. So, but we're okay. And looks like a penalty picked up by 9 lives for Texas as the pivot.
She threw her hands up, singing
me.
my song, but then she went to the penalty box.
Singing my song as I skate to the penalty box.
135 Texas, 87 Chattanooga.
We have
jam 15 in
we
the
have
second
moved
half.
into turn 1. The pivot line is no longer a scary thing. We're fine. Tropical Mechanica going to get bumped to the outside courtesy of Punch Bug and brought back almost to the jam line.
Punch Bug staying true to her name. Owie, owie, doing a lot of hard hitting on those Texas jammers.
Everybody coming back now as Bawdy going to get reset as well, almost to the jam line. So we still haven't gotten into turn 2 yet. We're working on it. We're trying. But the defenses really don't want anybody to go any further. So it's up to them, really, ultimately, at this point.
Hey, look, they're back at the pivot line. They got scared. They got away from turn 1. They're like, we're going to go back to the pivot line. That's where we're going to stay.
Their fear is gone. We're a minute plus into this jam and no lead jammer yet, Electra.
No lead jam. Pack up front, pack in the back. Both jammers fighting for the same space. No lead jammer.
That is physically impossible, so somebody can have it.
That's right.
Bawdy gets reset again. Once again, another great defensive jam here by both of these teams. These blockers have been putting in work in this game.
Beck says the Big Easy Warehouse has no AC and they play in it all summer, and PR is always there saying words in the triple digis.
Yes, Bex is correct. We have a very hot warehouse, and we're going to be playing there next weekend, actually, so that'll be fun.
It's hot.
It's hot in our warehouse, y'all. I love our warehouse, but it's hot in the summertime.
A shout out to Cope, number 151. Let's go!
Yeah, we're going to end this jam, and guess what, Electra? We did not have a lead jammer. Nothing, no lead jammer.
And then they just hung out here in front of us, so we get to talk about other ththings while, the pivot line and turn 1 was seeing everything.
We've talked about the defenses in these jams, but I'm pretty sure that's a unicorn in this game. I don't know if we had a nothing, no lead jammer jam yet. Did we have one in the first half? I'm going to ask Star Trek and see if she can look that up for me. I don't think we did.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to some of these officials. We got Quick Grayson, Smutch, Wishbone Breaker, Caligori, Toxic Marcotic, Queen of Catitude, Treble Maker, to name a few. We had a request for some ref shout outs.
So we did have a scoreless jam, but did have a lead jammer. So that was our first one with no lead jammer and no scoring. And now we have a lead jammer, and that is Hoss the Boss for Texas. Rosie the Riveter trying to get through for Chattanooga. Block Mage to the penalty box for Chattanooga. Taking a seat in that S1 penalty box.
That's right. Hoss looking for her little space, and she finds it. 4 points for Texas, bringing him up to 139.
Rosie's still trying to get through in the inside. Peace War shutting the door in the inside lane. Great blocking up here by Texas, trying to key in on Rosie. Meanwhile, Hoss going to pirouette just a little bit to the outside. Going to shout out to Bobby Uger, just a bit outside.
So Hines and Hoss having to reset because they both went out on that turn. So
going backwards again.
All the way back to the Wayback Machine.
Somebody parked the DeLorean on the track, and we went back in time for a little bit.
I think the jammers just want to start back there. They're like, I miss the jammer line so much.
They were afraid of the pivot line, but they love the jammer line.
That's
the way it goes, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, Hoss now taking a tumble,
Hoss,
getting knocked down by Rosie on the inside. Rosie now actually having to reset.
Oh, and Hoss going to go to the penalty box. Penalty assessed to Hoss, so a power jam now for Chattanooga, but we are going to go fully through this, it looks like. So that's going to be Hoss's third, I believe, all in two forearms out of those. So, yeah.
Forearm penalties and back block penalties, kind of, for those smaller, faster skaters.
Exactly.
That's kind of very
mount
typical.
Up for smaller jammers, like a guy who would like to bump up on a backpack. Rosie trying to get through, but great blocking up front, but Rosie able to continue for the initial pass, so we are going to go the full 2 minutes here. We only have about 12 seconds to go, really, on the jam clock, so Rosie knocked to the outfield. I think Rosie's just going to sit this one out. Maybe not. I'm going to try to go back there, but not at a rapid pace. So we're going to go ahead and probably let this jam time out, and we do.
So Jeffrey, the A in the penalty is a high block penalty. So that's what you're seeing. So I guess they are seeing on the WFTDA site all of what we are seeing right here.
We do also have, I believe, I'm not sure if it was showing it on the overlay, but sometimes it does. So going back and looking real quick at the penalties now, we still have two. Well, now we have two blockers sitting on 6 penalties for Chattanooga. That is going to be Punchbug and Hines. Oops, sorry.
So here we are again, Mayhem West, Dr. Evil.
Off we go, and Mayhem West going to get recycled back to the jam line. And Dr. Evil going to take a seat in the S1 penalty box. Power jam, Texecutioners.
Mayhem West through, lead jammer in a power jam. As Olivia Shootin' also goes to the penalty box. So we do have 2 Chattanooga skaters and 3 Texas as Mayhem West slides on through for an easy little 4.
So action starting again a little bit now as 2 people are up in that S1 penalty box. Meanwhile, Mayhem West goes to the outside. Keeps it in bounds. Nice balance by Mayhem West using those toe stops. Keeps it in bounds for the 4-point pass.
So as blockers are released, Chattanooga now filling up their floor roster. Olivia Shootin' less than 10 seconds left in her penalty.
Another
Dr. Evil through.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And jam's going to come to an end. Looks like it'll be an 8. We're looking for more points, like an 8-point jam in favor of Texas. Then maybe still get some points together for Chattanooga, it looks like.
So we're probably going to get maybe 2, maybe 3 jams here. 151 to 87. So we're a little under. Chattanooga coming in really strong with that defense.
Yes.
Already breaking the.
We have an official timeout going to be called. I think they're going to make, well, maybe not. It was really quick. Well, no, it's still official timeout. I thought it was going to be done. Okay, so let's talk about some more of our awesome sponsors. Let's talk about, I'm going to talk one more time about 185 Killer Pads. Industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. Check out 187 Killer Pads. Another great local sponsor here for Texas Roller Girls. Let's talk about, would you like to be a sponsor for Texas Roller Girls? Would you like to sponsor the league or purchase ad space to advertise your business or show your favorite skaters some Derby love? Feel free to pick up some sponsorship packet here at the merch table if you are in venue, or you can call or email the league. We would love to do business with you, and you would love to be a sponsor because Texas Roller Girls are an amazing league, and you can be a sponsor of an amazing Derby league. Why not do it?
Why not indeed? Okay, so the official timeout. It looks like they're having a little chit-chat over there. So a lot of Chattanooga fans here. They are doing awesome. I am not going to lie.
Yes.
We've already surpassed the score differential that we thought we were going to have. We thought it was going to be a 2-1. Chattanooga coming super strong in the second half with their defense, their walls, matching Texas wall to wall.
Yes.
I mean, you saw that
Yes.
0-0 score. That means all D all the time.
So remember, the winner of this game will move on to face Atlanta, the Dirty South Derby girls from Atlanta, tomorrow in the winner's bracket game. The non-winner of this game will move on to play Sunday in the consolation bracket.
So Jedi Knight in Training says, please shout out my favorite Chattanooga loves. Well, who are they?
Well, you got to tell us
who
who
they are.
Is it the whole league? 'Cause we can do that. But I mean, if you have
Ooga,
somebody
ooga.
in particular, we will gladly shout that out for you if you give us particular names.
A lot of Chattanooga fans. Cheap Trixie all over the place here. Cheap, are we going to see you here this weekend?
Come on, Cheap. You need to make it out here. At least for the tailgate.
You know she'll be. She's from
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans.
She's from New Orleans.
Louisiana. Yeah,
She's from my side of the world.
your
She'll
side
be
of the
here.
world. Of course she's going to be coming for the
She'll be here for
booze.
that.
It's a free keg. Hi. Do you not know Cheap Trixie?
Oh, yeah. So it looks like we're going to line back up here. Looks like we're going to come out of our timeout shortly as our skaters are lining up. Heading into gym 18.
Okay, so Jedi Knight in Training says Ziggy Star Crush plus Asian Invasion plus Small Fry plus Punch. So really the team plus Rosie. So Jedi, I think you just love them all. But yes.
So just to let y'all know, we have 2 more games left in the qualifying round to make it into the winners bracket. Those are both taking place tomorrow at 10:15. We have the number 1 seed Jacksonville New Jacks taking on Twister City, and at noon we have the number 4 seed Red Stick taking on Tampa. So that will decide which the last 2 teams will advance in our winners bracket.
Well, we have a shout out to Team Zebra Bionic. In fact, I'll finish this list here. We got Montana Mahler, Doesn't Matter, Huggins, Extra Crispy, Refty Venture, Cataclysm. I might as well just finish it out. Shrimp and Roll, Illinois Bionic, Gym Class Hero, Will Ryder, and Joss.
And now we are back to skating. Mayhem West with a star once again for Texas. Ziggy Star Crush is jamming for Chattanooga. And we're going to have a stoppage here for a down skater. So okay, we are back live with you here. So we had a little bit of an injury stoppage there. So it looks like Asian Persuasion for Chattanooga is going to be Asian Invasion. I'm sorry, apologies. is going to be okay. They look like they're going to try to get her up and back to the bench, but her day is probably done.
I think she's done for the day, but, you know, this game's over. But
there we go.
She's walking off.
Getting
and
a nice round of applause from the audience.
Exactly, and there was some laughing. So
we hope everything's going to be okay for our skater here, and we're going to get everything set back up to get our next jammer underway, jam number 19, 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Once again, resetting your score, Texas Roller Girls 153, Chattanooga 87. We're in jam number 18 of our second period here of our last game of the day, 2024 WFTDA North American South Regionals. Again, the winner of this game will move on tomorrow to play Atlanta's Dirty South Derby Girls. Say that 5 times fast. And the non-winner of this game move on to play consolation bracket action on Sunday.
That's right, 10:15. Well, we saw Atlanta playing earlier. Again, talk about defensive walls. Ouch on that one. So look at this pack. It's already speeding along. Mayhem West is your jammer for Texas. That's body, but we're going to start Mayhem West in the jammer box. So a power start and a lead jammer for body.
Mayhem West is now released from the S1 penalty box, but now Olivia Shooting John will sit down and take a blocker spot there for Texas. And through the pack, 4 points picked up by body. And Mayhem West trying to get through that inside lane. Body moves off on the outside. And nice job. Wow. Nice job. I believe that was Punchbug trying to really race up there to get ahead of Mayhem West and did so.
Well, yeah, Punchbug, the jammer killer. Hi.
Another 4 points picked up by body amid all that.
So on the chat, a lot of love for Asian Persuasion. She looks like she's going to be okay. She did skate, or she did walk off. So
yeah, walked off without skates, so we're hoping everything's going to be okay. Another 4 points picked up for body.
12-point jam so far for Chattanooga. Look at this. They are really trying to come in strong in this last few jams here.
Star pass by Texas, 9 lives, picks up the star. And now the jam is going to be over. 4 more points picked up for Chattanooga. 16-point jam.
That's exactly what they needed. Look at this.
Yeah,
we only have 50 points between these two teams. There was supposed to be 100 points between these two teams. So Chattanooga, wow.
Cutting that differential in half right now. So basically, yeah, that in half. 103 to 103. What, at a minute 25 to go. So jam 20 coming up. I see. So really good job by Chattanooga to come back in the second half to really close that gap up. Haas the boss, jamming for Texas. Dr. Evil for Chattanooga. Haas is out first and lead.
Looks like there's some fatigue setting in here. Skaters kind of going down left and right, but the pack is speeding up a little bit. So those tight, slow packs kind of loosening up a little bit. That's kind of what Haas needs, actually. She likes those spread out, faster packs.
Haas kind of took a hit there from block mates, able to bend her right back up into the track. Like that was a little freaky.
She's super bendy. I'm
super
Gumby.
bendy.
I'm Gumby, damn it.
I'm Gumby. And that was points picked up by Haas. So sitting at 4-0 now in favor of Texas on this pass, and a penalty picked up by Chattanooga on a blocker going to the S1 penalty box. Oh, jammer, I'm sorry. That is Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil with the star in her hand going to the penalty box. So we have a power jam now for Haas the Boss and Texas.
That's going to be the 5th penalty on Dr. Evil. And now another blocker for Chattanooga hitting that penalty box. Haas is through officially now for 4 points. Ticking down on the period clock here, so it looks like unless the jam can called off by Haas, we may end on jam time here.
That's right, 8 points so far in this jam for
Haas taking a
Texas.
spill.
That was a big hit out there to turn 4.
Yeah, and the period clock has expired. We are on jam time now.
We're in jam time. Haas the Boss is lead. We have released Dr. Evil from the penalty box, and that's it.
That's it. Haas calls it off.
Yep.
10-point jam for Texas, 163. Chattanooga 103, your unofficial score. We're going to wait to make sure that our score is officially made official by our awesome officials. And then if that does hold true, then Texas will advance to play Atlanta tomorrow in the winner's bracket. Chattanooga will move down to the consolation bracket to play again on Sunday.
So let's talk about that game. What do we think? We saw Atlanta earlier.
Yes.
We saw those big walls. Texas very similar. Chattanooga giving Texas a run for their money today.
Yeah.
Atlanta looking strong. So
that's going to be a huge matchup. That's going to really play a big factor in who comes out of this tournament, because that's going to be something you would usually see down the line, like in a medal game or something. That's going to be tomorrow morning. So that's wake up, come hang out with us, whether you're on the stream or you're in person here in Austin, and check out a really awesome game between Texas Roller Girls Texecutioners and Atlanta's Dirty South Derby Girls.
That's right. It's going to be a good one. So, in fact, good derby all weekend long, but only 2 spots in this particular tournament.
Yep.
So that is a tough call. Texas Roller Girls have never not made it to the championships.
Yep.
So
we'll see how it rolls out. So, again, our final score here today from our final game of day 1 of our South Regionals here, Texas 163, Chattanooga 103. We thank everybody for tuning in to our stream. We thank, again, Texas Roller Girls for hosting this event, all of our awesome officials and skaters who've been here. We thank our awesome Thin Mint who has been doing the great camera work and providing the stream setup for us. Thank you so much, Thin Mint. Thank you, Star Trek, for giving us awesome stats all game long. Thank you, Electra, for being amazing and awesome to call with. I just like the word
and thank
awesome.
you, PR. Awesome all around.
Awesome
all the
all
chatty
around.
fans are that game. I agree, Jen. That was incredible. I can't use that word that you used, but let's just.
But it was incredible. It was incredible. We'll leave it at that. That'll be it for us here. We're going to wrap up day 1. We're back here for day 2, bright and early, I believe 10 a.m. Central Time, our first game of the day. Come back and see us then, or watch us on the archive if we're past that. On behalf of everybody here, I'm PR Armageddon with Electra Blue and Star Trek and Thin Mint on the camera. We'll see you tomorrow, y'all. Be safe. Good night.